welcome back to Stephanie Reacts to the Bureau of Magical Things. This will be Season 1, Episode 7, Fairy for a Day. Well, last week I suggested maybe Imogen becomes a fairy, maybe, or maybe Kyra becomes a fairy, or maybe Peter becomes a fairy, but I don't know. I still don't know what I believe. It actually could be Ola, or Olga, or whatever her name is, that woman thing is the news reporter person. It could be her maybe. Because it has to be a creature who's not a fairy, like an elf, or a human. Or for Kyra's thing, a trialing, but she's half fairy though. So it could be that. So if she's half fairy, why be a fairy for a day? And not unless, cause she's half fairy, half elf, and half human. Maybe she should do something that a fairy does that day. Like a tooth fairy or something. I don't know. So, last week was a good episode. It was a good episode, but a wee bit annoying it was. Viola, or Olga, whatever her name is, and Peter snooping. So, let's jump into this, see what this one's got for us. Starting now.
What's to do tonight?
10, you?
3. Don't suppose you feel like swapping, do you?
Why?
I really think I'm in with a chance this year to win the prize for the most teeth transformed. But I've got to get my tally into triple figures. I'm so close. And you have the night off. Almost.
Sure. Time to play.
You fairies are so lucky. You grant wishes, you help people. Must be such a great feeling.
It is pretty good.
So, what about me?
How do you mean?
I'm a trialing. Part elf, part fairy, part human. What do I do?
You do whatever trilings do.
What's that?
I'm sure there's a book about it.
Maxwell hasn't been able to find anything so far.
Don't worry about it, Kyra. You're special.
I feel that special.
The straps keep falling down.
I'll catch you guys later.
Oh, she'll be lying on her wing. Ow, that hurts. Not no wings yet. No, it's hidden. He's out under there. Tart.
What happened to having another go at the animation spell?
How is getting an elephant out of a book ever going to be useful?
If you're having trouble, I can help.
Yes.
I don't need my sister to help me.
This isn't about you. I don't want to be the only elf in a class full of fairies.
You'll manage.
Nobody has to know. We can practice in the library after dark. Unless you're worried about breaking Maxwell's rules.
Meet you at 7.
I like Imogen, but she's a troublemaker.
Hi, Dad. I grabbed dinner out, going straight to bed.
I got a call from Doris Designer.
Out there?
Yeah.
For real?
So, there's just a few rules you need.
Good that Lily's trying to help us, but trying to take
You're doing great!
This is great!
I
Don't understand why this is so difficult for you. Focus. Concentrate. You get an elephant.
That's not the problem.
Then what is?
I don't like people seeing me fail.
So don't fail. Or stop worrying what people think.
You mean be more like you?
What's the problem with that?
Oh, your mum? What's your name?
Sally.
Pleased to meet you, Sally.
Before dawn.
So after that night, I had magical powers. And now I'm part elf, part fairy, and part me. That's turning out to be a real mess.
If you're a fairy, do you speak magic?
Clara, where are you?
Thanks for not telling your mum.
Does your dad mind you being a fairy?
He doesn't know.
Why not?
I hate lying to him, but it's just best that he doesn't.
I wish my dad was here to see you.
Where is he?
He died.
Sorry? That must be really hard.
You're a fairy.
My mum died
When?
3 years ago. I miss her too.
Could you use your magic to bring them back?
No.
Can't you even try?
If I had that kind of magic, I'd use it in a second. I'd give anything to see my mum again, but it's just not possible.
Does it ever get easier?
Lucia, I have to help her.
What spell was it?
I can't remember.
Which book did you use? Actually, no. Keep crying.
What?
The fairy tears. They're magic?
You put it in the look. Nice! A fairy tear opened it.
That's it. That's the spell.
Elf getting wings? Ugh, a horrible thought. The magic lasts for a day, blah blah blah. Did you read this last bit?
No.
It is strongly advised that this spell is not used on other magical beings. Consequences can include permanent miniaturization.
So Kyra can stay shrunk forever?
Sally, I really think it's time for me to go.
No, you can live in my doll's house and we can have fun all the time.
What about my dad? He'll wonder where I am.
You can...
What are you still doing up?
The two fairies just left. Oh, look, it will be a coin.
Where did that come from?
The Tooth Fairy.
You need to make a big.
You okay?
The wing feeling's gone.
Okay, big. Okay.
Will anything else happen?
I don't think so. I got all the magic out in time. I'm so sorry. It's so amazing being a fairy. I wanted you to see it for yourself, so you'd feel better about being a triling.
Lily, it's okay. You gave me wings. And a night I'll never forget.
That's for sure.
And I learned something. You don't need to have a wand or wings to do magic.
I don't know why you're up over.
Thank goodness Dara was here to help.
Lucky for me you were.
Everyone, that was Fairy for a Day. Oh, Kyra had some experience, didn't she? Oh, some journey she had. With this, we never did any magical items. We never. But all we had was Kyra wondering what it would be like to be a fairy, cause she saw Lily and I'm blanking on the other half's name. You don't get much of her, we don't. Yeah, we don't get much of her name being used. We don't. But we've seen the two fairies going out today in like the tooth fairy job. And Kyra asked her what it's like and when does she get to do stuff like that. But they told her, you're a trialing. You have to do what trialings do. But Kyra doesn't know what a trialing does. She doesn't know if she does the fairy stuff, elf stuff, all that, or human stuff. She doesn't. So, Lily felt sorry for her, and she just got a book out. She told, don't like saying the other lassie, I don't. I'm gonna have to put, maybe I think it's the second episode, to introduce ourselves. Aye. Where is it? Introduce ourselves. Sorry about this. Just want to see how maybe here. I found that her name's Roxy. I say Kyra. Her name's Roxy. It is. Well, Roxy and Lily are going out for a job. But it was Roxy that says to her, but you don't know about Trilinks Day. So that was when we saw Lily going for a book. She cast a spell at her. Kyra. I'm agreement with Kyra. I would want to be asked first. You wouldn't want to be friends with a magical creatures like fairies, elves, trolls, or whatever, or witches or wizards. Then you go to sleep. Somebody casts a spell on you and changes you for 24 hours. You're like, what? I really like that, wouldn't I? Somebody try to change you. But because Kyra was half fairy, Lily thought it would be appropriate to give her wings to let her do a fairy job for a day, see if she likes it. So when Kyra got her wings, she didn't know how to control them. So her wings kept popping out. Sorry, my mouth keeps leaking. But her wings kept popping out every so often, it did. Like these straps keep falling down every so often. Her wings kept popping out and she couldn't control them when they happened. So she had to avoid going to school to do dodgeball practice. And she couldn't take the dogs out for a walk either. She couldn't, in case the wings popped out when she was walking the dogs. So how can she explain it? So then just 2-3 hours maybe before the spell was up, Lily took Kyra just around the town or something to let her see how flying it works. But then she took Kyra on to a couple of jobs with her, fairy jobs. But then she says to Kyra, you need to do this one on yourself, and when you get back in your bedroom. But Kyra kind of got caught by a young lassie. Emma? No, I don't think it's Emma. No, it's not Sophie. I can see her name, I've got her name. I just can't think of it now. Oh my, I'm bad with names, isn't I? Really bad. What is it? I think this is it, isn't it? Here's getting here. You will actually sees Kyra when Kyra runs into the dollhouse. And Lily pops back to her house. Pops back to Kyra's house. She don't even know it's called. She thought Kyra would be called Petal or that. Sally. That's it, Sally. Don't know if I got Sophie, Emma, and all that Faye. It was Sally. So, Sally kind of kept Kyra in the dollhouse because she closed the window. Because if the window was open, Carrie could have went, I'm guessing. But she would have needed a wand also. But Kyra broke a rule. You're not supposed to tell people about magical creatures. But she told the wee lassie how she became a trialing. She said, I'm human, but with fairy and elf powers. So that's how kind of exposed. So it's like if the wee lassie sees Kyra out walking in the street, she'll have to, you're the fairy! You help make anything. Or something like that. That could be bad for her. It could. So, oh, yikes. That might go bad. But, we saw Dara Tay try to conjure an elephant from a book. And he was kind of like scared. He doesn't like feel in front of others. Because he finds it embarrassing, he does. I feel sorry for the poor guy. It's like he must have dropped out. He does at school. But imagine, does he want to be the only elf trapped in a room full of fairies? But just to remember, Kyra is not just a fairy. She's an elf too, so... yeah, she's have her. But they two kind of clash. Kyra likes everyone, but Imogen doesn't like Kyra much. She doesn't. So... So, everyone, the next episode, shortcut. That'll be an easy thing. You take shortcuts with a spell or something will go bad, and you'll think you need to take a shortcut. Instead of taking the normal route to do something, it's like, if you're going to make cakes, and I'm thinking a shortcut for this. You don't have self-raising flour you don't have self-raising flour, so you use a shortcut, maybe like plain flour or whatever other kind of flour you've got in it. But shortcuts always go bad, so if you make a cake and anything with plain flour, the cake won't rise or that, and it won't taste the same. So it's like that kind of a shortcut. If you do a shortcut to a spell, something's out to go wrong. It would. So that's what I'm guessing next episode will be like. Something will happen, and they'll have to do like a shortcut, and it'll all go all wrong because of the shortcut they take. So I'm thinking it could be like a spell shortcut, or it could be like a shortcut in a path, a walking path, or something. I don't know. Try to think of other things with shortcuts, but that's the only thing I can think of. A spell goes wrong, you try to take a shortcut to fix it, it'll go wrong even further. So until then, everyone, thank you for watching my reactions. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, and have a good day, good night, good week, good weekend. Stay safe out there, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.